Go.
Okay, hi Dan, how are you?
I'm really good.
Hi everybody. Again, we are gonna chat about just about anything, any topic, possibly, preferably spirituality. So this is Dan Marchini, powerful energy healer and entrepreneur. Hi Dan.
How are you?
Good.
Glad to be here again.
What did you say?
I'm glad to be here again talking
Yes,
to you.
me too. I'm glad that you are here again. And we were talking about this ascension and the event prior to recording this video. And so he has his own opinion and feeling about ascension. I have my own opinion and belief about ascension. So everybody has all different view about this ascension and the events. So I want to hear what you really see this ascension for you.
Yeah. Well, what I was saying is that everybody is in their own situation and has made their own choices. So everybody experiences their existence the way they experience it, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So labeling everything and making all these stories that are supposed to be blanketing everybody, and it's everybody's going to do this and everybody's going to do that. It's just not right. It's just not possible. Everybody's different. But where people get confused is that they think that we're this human being that then is trying to get somewhere, and the truth is that we're God. First and foremost, we're God, and we're here because we chose all this. So going somewhere we're not going anywhere. We're just remembering who we are and how powerful we are, back to ourselves, but people are looking at it from the upside down. So we're God, and we're have chosen to experience our existence like this on earth right now, but we're God. We're not this trying to be God. We're God being ourselves. I'm Dan, so I'm God being Dan. I'm not Dan trying to be God. Does that make sense?
I agree, Dan. So we are all part of God. We are like a fractal of all one. We are together. We are connected. We are really connected to God. We are like one expression. Each individual is one expression of God. But okay, then Dan, what about this? In a lot of spiritual communities, people are talking about this planet Earth and humanity. This planet Earth is a matrix, kind of prison planet. And we, humanity, we were like forced to forget everything, who we are. And our DNA has been altered, manipulated. And we cannot remember who we are while we are in these bodies. Or even some people say that there are all like matrix systems, the planet Earth, and also something like I know I don't want to go deep into that in detail here, but somebody is actually created the afterlife for humanities, the heaven, so-called heaven. It's all matrix. It's all creation by somebody, not human beings. And when we died, we shed our bodies. Instead of going back to the source, going back to God. So we were forced to encounter the force created heaven, afterlife. And without our own will, we are forced to come back, reincarnate to this matrix prison planet. So what do you feel about this theory?
Okay, so go back to what I said. We're God, and we created all this. We created it all because we chose to, because we wanted to. All of the things that we label good or bad or fearful, we created it all, and we can experience it however we want. So if you want to see a matrix, then you can see a matrix because we created it. If you see heaven, then go see heaven. That's just like whatever else, going anyplace else. So everything we chose. So think of it this way, maybe from a human brain. We decide that we want to buy a house, and then we want to furnish it the way we want to furnish it, and then we want to put a pool in, and then we want to get a big TV, or we don't want a big TV, or we don't want a pool, or we want to put trees, or we don't want to put shrubs, or we want to put grass, or we want to put concrete, or we want to. So when you buy a house, you are God, and you do it however you want, right? And then if you don't like it, you just change it, right? Okay, so same thing. We are God, and we created it and decorated our existence the way we want. And then we split ourselves off so we could experience more things at once. So again, we choose it all, right? We created it all. Every being is God first, and then chose a different direction off, right? Every aspect of ourselves, every aspect of God, me included, made choices so that we could be more present, more experiencing in this moment. See, if I'm all powerful and I want to experience many things, and I can only experience in this moment, then I can experience more things if there's more of me. That makes sense?
Yes. Yes.
So if I bought this house here on Earth and I had the ability to split myself off into 10 Dans, then 10 Dans could make 10 different decisions about every single thing at one time, right? How cool would that be?
Right.
So that's the way I see it. That's the way that there's God, there's consciousness. First and foremost, everything else is a choice. Everything else is a plan. Everything else is a decision. Everything else is a purpose that we've created. And then we keep growing it from there. We keep adding, right? We add some more plants, and we add some more decorations on the walls, and we add some more furniture, and we add a bed, and so we just constantly keep creating because we can.
So
because there's an unlimited supply of energy to do that with.
Right. So this is so-called matrix illusionary world, which is this planet Earth currently, you think it's our creation, not somebody else or some negative entities.
No, but we can make up anything we want. We can create negative energies if we want to have that for a reason. We can create, beautiful things if we want to have that for a reason. We can create whatever we want to try new things. There's no right or wrong. The only judgment comes from ourselves. If we create what we call, demons, then create them. And then if we don't want them anymore, uncreate them. We are 100% in charge of ourselves, and we can do whatever we want.
Okay, all right, then I have a question, Dan. So in this planet Earth, third-dimensional world, so many sufferings, so many dualities, so many so-called negative experiences, negative lives, so many chaotic events has been happening for eons of times. So one creator God, like one individual, for example,
a consciousness is not really an individual, but a consciousness. Yeah.
One consciousness, such as you or myself. If we choose to not experience any suffering, any pain, still here on this planet Earth as a human body, as a human being, do you think that's possible? We choose not to experience any negative side of polarity, duality.
No, it's not possible. It's not possible.
It is not possible.
Nope. No, because in order to experience, you have to experience fully. In any moment, you could label it as good or bad, but it's just an experience, right? So it's not possible to experience just joy, because if you label it just joy, and eventually you're going to be in just joy all the time, it's no longer going to be joy. It's going to be normal, right? So in order to experience joy in the next moment, there has to be a moment where I experience sadness, let's say, in order to have some reference point, right? Because if I always just drink water, then water ends up not tasting like anything anymore because it's all I ever drink, so I don't have any reference point, right? But once I drink coffee, now I know what water tastes like again because coffee tastes different, right? So it's all about the experience. And we need to experience everything that's available.
Yes. So all of human beings, I believe all of us, each one of us has experienced countless sufferings, pains.
If you label it suffering, it's going to, it can be called suffering.
Okay, then let's say all of us has experienced feelings that we don't appreciate or we don't feel
that we don't like, right?
We don't like.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So at certain point of our lives, for example, baby is born and he or she started crawling and standing up and started learning how to walk. And so sometimes they fall and they get like little cuts and bruises and they cry, they learn this is pain, this is painful. Yep. So we sometimes falling in love and somebody says like he dumped me, I dump you, and it's like heartbroken, we get hurt, we learn this is pain. To love somebody could sometimes be very painful experience. So sometimes we lose job, we were fired, we lost auditions, all kinds of experiences throughout our lives, and we know what is the feeling of failure, what's the feeling of sadness, pain. So once we know all that, we have all experiences, all kinds of emotions from certain point of our lives. Do you believe we now, okay, I'm done with experiences that I don't enjoy. So no longer this type of experiences. So do you think one consciousness, for example, you, so from now on, from then on, the rest of your life, do you think you can choose to only experience, only choose experiences that you feel bliss, you feel joy, you feel happiness?
No.
No?
No, because you cannot feel those things if you don't feel the other things that go along with them. Right? You have to, if you want to feel love, feel in love, right? Then there is a possibility that you will get your heart broken. But if you're not willing to get your heart broken, you're never going to feel love, right? So do you see how it works both ways? So if you want to go to the Himalayas and sit with the Tibetan monks and sit on a pillow and hum or whatever, you're perfectly fine to do that, and you won't get your heart broken.
Right.
But that's your choice. But you also will not feel love.
Oh, okay. I get.
So see, you can make a choice to be completely nothing.
There is a possibility.
That's right, a possibility. So if I choose to be a monk and I choose to sit on a pillow, then I can be at peace most of the time. But that doesn't mean happy. That doesn't mean sad. That means at peace. That means just vanilla, plain, nothing special, right?
No excitement.
No excitement. But if I want to have a possibility of being in love and really feeling love, then I have to take on the possibility that I'm going to get my heart broken too.
So okay, I get it. So no, even though you would like to choose only the joy, happiness, love, and bliss, but this is the world of all different type of consciousness.
This is the world of balance. There always has to be balance.
And we cannot control any other beings but ourselves, right?
That's exactly right.
There's choice to dump you or choose to not love you, right?
That's exactly right.
I understand.
So if I absolutely don't ever want to get dumped, then don't ever fall in love. Right?
You're right.
but then how would that be any fun, right? Look how great it is to fall in love, but it sucks to get dumped. So I'm willing to take that chance, and then sometimes get dumped. But then I need to go, and getting dumped is okay. But I have to feel that. I have to take responsibility that, boy, I got dumped, and I have to feel that. But then I go look for love again, because that's what I'd like to look for. But that's the deal.
Right. That's the choice. So whether you just feel like all neutral, like at peace and quiet.
That's perfectly fine.
You can choose however you want to choose, like great joy and excitement and bliss and romantic feelings and feeling of triumph.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you love your dog, right? And you can't imagine having a life without your dog, right? But you have to take the dog for a walk, and you have to clean up its poop, and you have to feed it, and right? Other people say, I don't want any dogs. I don't want to take care of a dog. I don't want to have to walk a dog. I don't want to have to do anything, right?
Right.
It's all our choice. See, so you see dogs as a wonderful thing, and the other person sees dogs as a burden and too much responsibility.
Right.
It's your choice.
And also, if you are animal lover, anybody would understand if you are animal lover that if you choose to live with an animal,
yep,
you have to experience the separation, temporary physical separation.
That's exactly right. See, you lost your dog Mochin, and it was a terrible thing, but you took another risk and you got another dog, right?
Right.
Okay, so but you could have said, no, I don't want to go through that pain again and not get another dog. You could have done that, right? It's your choice.
Exactly. So, okay, and going back to the subject about ascension then, so we were talking about a little bit earlier. So you say that ascension is also individual choices. And you think that, so although so many large numbers of spiritual communities are talking about this event, and this energy is going to hit the Mother Earth, and this energy is gonna wake everybody up, like it's do something to every individual on this planet, including animal, and we all will going to ascend one day in this lifetime. So you say, so some individuals you believe that they will decide not to ascend, and this ascension thing is also individual choices, and some people won't ascend.
Right. Yeah. Just remember that I see ascension as just choosing to remember that I made this choice. Right. Then once you more fully realize that I chose this, and that I'm God, then I realize, okay, I take responsibility for everything, and then I'm already not really ascending. I'm just opening myself to more who I really am. So when somebody says that stuff's all hogwash and heaven's not real and blah blah blah, that's fine. That's their choice. They can choose whatever they want. So they're stuck at this spot, and they're not, we'll call, ascending, because they're not willing to open up to the possibility that maybe there's more. So they're not opening up to the truth of who they are and what they've chosen, right? So remember, if you are Keiko and you've chosen this, there's nobody else in existence that's chosen this exactly the way you are. So you've chosen it in a certain way, which is your choice. So if Bob says no way, it's all bull, that's his choice, and that's fine.
Okay, then another question related to that. Okay, then you don't think that those people like, oh, this is Ascension is a BS, and the heaven or fifth dimension is a BS. So, and there is nothing like that is going to happen. So those people are not being. They are not. Do you think those people are not being asleep by any other forces. So it's their soul's choices to be asleep while they are on the Mother Earth because they don't know who they are. I really feel that they are kind of asleep state. So it's their choices to be asleep. You think?
And we can help each other. So if they choose to be asleep and they want to make sure they stay asleep, they can ask for other beings to help create this for them, right? So think of it this way: if you choose to buy new furniture for your house, there's nothing wrong with hiring somebody to move it in, right? Because you might be able not to do it by yourself all the time. You can carry in the little table, but you can't carry in the couch. So if I want to be asleep, then it's my choice to decide how I do it. Remember, don't think of yourself as Keiko. Think of yourself as God first. So if I'm God, I can do it any way I want. Right? If I'm God, I can choose to move the couch in, however, or I can hire somebody, or I can do it however I want. Plus, I can choose how the couch looks. Plus, I can choose where the couch goes in my house. Right? I choose it all. But that doesn't mean I can't get help to do it.
But a lot of people don't even know they can get help.
They know because they're God, but they don't know in their brain. Remember, the human brain is only here for us to be human. The mind, the consciousness is all present, right?
Okay.
So you're thinking again like a human, and I'm telling you to think like a God.
Yes, we should all be able to think like God. But the thing is that I don't want to say problem, but the issue is majority of people really, they almost as if they are hypnotized. They are put to sleep and they really don't know they are God. Think about even religions. I'm not sure, Dan, if you used to be a religious person or not. But
No.
religions, most of the religions have been controlling people. You are powerless.
Yeah, they try to control people, and only the people who want to be controlled are controlled.
Who want to be controlled?
They want to be controlled because they're scared. So if I'm scared and I don't want to take responsibility, I don't want to make decisions, then I let somebody else make my decisions.
But then, but who made them scared, Dan?
They did.
They did.
Right. They did.
I don't agree with that, Dan. I think the Bibles and religious teachings slowly manipulated human brains, human beings, and belief systems, and they've been heavily brainwashed by. I'm not only talking about religious textbooks, the medias medias and governments and school systems, even parents. When we were little, we've been heavily, slowly being brainwashed and controlled and manipulated and being taught to be scared. You are powerless. You have to rely on this. You have to rely on us. You have to rely on the government. You have to rely on created God.
And why would I tell you that? What purpose would the church have to tell you that? What purpose would the government have to tell you that? What purpose?
Because they don't want us to be awakened. They wanna have that power over majority.
Why? Why do they want to have that? Because they're scared. They're scared.
Of us.
Yes, they're scared that if you really know how much power you have, you might use it against them, and then they'll be in trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's not true. Everybody's equal. Nobody has any power over anybody else unless they choose it. I can tell you right now, Keiko, go outside, climb up on your roof, and jump off. Right? And if you don't do it, I'm going to do bad things to you. Well, how come you're still sitting there? Why haven't you left? Because you chose not to believe it, right? You chose not to do it.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Little bit like off the subject, but do you have Netflix?
Yep.
Have you watched this documentary movie called what was that? The push. It's this documentary movie was filmed in UK. I think 2016, 2 years ago.
I
Have
don't
you
remember.
watched that?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Okay, if you have time, I want you to watch this documentary movie. Only about 60 minutes long.
It's called The Push.
Push, yeah, that push, PUSH. And this is the social experiments. They some hypnotherapist. I think like a hypnotherapist, very famous hypnotherapist, try to brainwash and control human minds.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 people were targeted. And those 4 people, they've been, you have to watch this, but how brainwashing, mind control is so easy, and just the ordinary people with moral and love and educated ordinary people. Okay.
I'm still here.
They brainwashed enough to kill somebody.
Wow.
It's very interesting. I highly recommend for you to watch it.
Yep. So you have to be able to really have no faith in yourself to let somebody do that to you. Right? You have to really allow that. That would be a huge thing, and that happens, right? There's people all over going to religions. There's people all over in government. There's people all over everywhere trying to control you, right? From the beginning, right? Our parents wanted us to be quiet because they didn't want to be embarrassed, right? They wanted us to whatever, right? But that's all about fear.
Right.
It's all about fear. But it's our choice. We don't have to do anything.
So then tell me, Dan, so how a person can break free of those brainwashing, set themselves free?
You have to choose to feel what's going on for you. If I'm scared, I need to be scared and ignore everything else. If I'm afraid of getting hurt, then I need to feel that fear of getting hurt so that I can stop worrying about it, right? I need to be who I am. I need to take responsibility for myself and be what I'm supposed to be, right? And what that is whatever I'm being at this moment. So don't run away from the pain. Don't run away from anything that you think is bad, because if you do, you're going to keep running, just running, and all you're going to do is spending your time running. There's no place to go. We're already here.
So as long as you keep running, it's always coming back to you.
Well, because there's no place to go. We're here in this moment, and that's it. So when we're running, we're just thinking. We're just thinking of someplace else to be. We're not actually someplace else, right? Remember, the human mind gives us a lot of experiences, but it's not God, right? So you have to look at things from more truth, and that's if you want to call it ascension, but we're really not going anywhere. It's all right here in this moment. It's all we have right now. So however we choose to experience it is perfectly fine. So if somebody hypnotizes somebody and they kill somebody, what does that mean? It only means what you put on it, right? It only means whatever you label it. It's just another experience. If you label it bad, then it'll be bad. If you label it good, it'll be good. Right? When whatever happened, something bad happened. When the Patriots lost the Super Bowl, the world didn't end, right? Some people were miserable, but some people were happy, right? And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying you choose. If you want to be happy, then be happy. If you want to be miserable, be miserable. But it's not the event that makes you miserable. It's you, right? It's your own brain, your own mind that makes you miserable. So Do whatever you want. There's no right or wrong.
Then okay. All right. So do not run away from whatever feelings you are experiencing at every moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if you are conscious of exactly how you are feeling at each moment, if you are scared, feel the fear, right?
Yep.
If you are sad, feel the sadness, right?
Yep.
So if you are, as long as you are really conscious of how you feel and not running away from it, do you think those feeling, whatever the feeling you are experiencing at that moment, it's gonna subside? Like it's gonna, it can be transmuted quickly.
Yes. It's going to be completed. It's going to be. Yep. Just like if you're feeling joy, feel joy, and then when it passes, feel the next thing. Right? Don't try to hang on because you can't hang on. We're always changing. We're always moving into the next moment.
So if you are doing that, you do that practice daily or all the time, do you think a person can avoid going into depression or in despair, like a misery?
Well, I mean,
suicidal.
No, but you can't avoid anything. But it only happens for a moment now. So if I feel depressed, and then I let it go and I move into the next moment and feel something else.
That's not depression then. Depression is the feeling of despair or
Depression is holding on to the feeling
right,
of despair.
at certain period of time.
I'm saying don't hold on to it. I'm saying let it go.
So then that it's not going to be depression. It's just a temporary sadness.
If you let it be temporary, then it's temporary. If you hold on to it, then it can last for as long as you want.
Right. So many people currently, they are depressed. They are suicidal. So,
well, I mean, suicide is when people say they're suicidal, I just, I talk about truth. Okay, what's the truth? The truth is, if you're depressed, you're holding on to that feeling, holding on to it, not letting it go. If you're suicidal and you're still alive, then you're not suicidal. You're asking for help, right? You're asking for something, right? So because it's not that hard to kill yourself, your physical body. It's not that hard. So
killing yourself, killing your body is actually a very scary thing. That's why most people cannot actually commit it.
Sure. So don't tell me you're suicidal. Tell me I feel like not wanting to be here.
Right.
Okay, so if you feel like not wanting to be here, then feel like not wanting to be here. Feel it. Feel it, feel it, feel it, as long as it takes to feel it till you realize, wait a minute, I don't need to feel this anymore. I do want to be here, right? Or I don't and I go. You have to feel. Think of it this way. Everything is energy, right? So if we're not in this physical body and we're not seeing furniture and we're not seeing these things and we're not hearing things, if we're back in our light bodies, the only way to experience is to feel. There's no more eyes, there's no more ears, there's no more anything, right? There's no more body.
Right.
So our natural state is feeling. That's our natural way of communicating. When we're in an energy body, we feel communication, we feel a feeling, we don't talk words, everything's feel, right? Everything's energy moving in and out, and we feel that, right? So it's the same here. If we want to be closer to ourselves and we'll use the word ascend again, we have to feel. Then we can feel the truth. You can't see the truth. What we see is what we made up. What we see is your matrix. What we see is furniture. That's not truth. The truth is it's energy, right? We feel energy, right? We feel it. So when we feel something, feel it. If I feel like not wanting to be on Earth anymore, then feel that and see if you really don't want to be here. Because if I really don't want to be here, I can leave anytime I want. So the truth is that if you're still here, you want to be here. And the truth is that if you're depressed, then you don't want to feel what you're feeling. So you have to feel depressed. And if you feel it fully, it only takes a moment to shift. But again, you Just like you were talking about earlier, well, if I just want to be happy all the time, can I just be happy? No, it has to be balanced, right? So if I always only want to be happy, then I'm only going to be depressed, because it's not possible. I have to accept my responsibility that I choose to be depressed or I choose to be happy in any moment, and that's up to me. So if I'm choosing to be depressed, then I'm choosing it. It takes a lot of energy to hold on to that. But it also takes a lot of energy to hold on to being happy. So if you're trying to hold on to either way, then you're going to have a problem, because you're going to get worn out, right? So I need to be at peace with whatever's happening.
At peace.
Then from that place of peace and balance, nothingness, I can choose anythingness, whatever I want. If I want to choose depression, I choose it. If I want to choose happiness, I choose it. If I want to choose the truth, which is peace, then I go back to the truth, which is peace. And everything else from there is my choice.
Okay, beautiful. So then, and pretty much for yourself, you cannot stay in a sadness or depression for a long time.
Well, I choose not to. I can do it, but why? Why would I want to?
So, okay, if, your daily life, everyday life, do you have, we all face some challenges, something that we don't want to see. We don't want it to happen. For example, let me tell you this, my story. It was yesterday, actually. My garage door, the garage door opener broke, started smoking, and we called the estimate, this professional company, and immediately he saw my garage door. He said, "There's no way. No, this very old garage opener systems. Nobody is dealing with this plan anymore." So he gave me the estimate, like $2,500.
Wow.
And yesterday I was so kind of upset and shocked, and $2,500, I could have bought this and brand new computer, could have fixed this and that, and I was so upset. But surprisingly, I was not in an angry or depressed mode for long time. Probably it lasted about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I jumped back to like normal happy self. But probably like years ago, like even few years ago myself, if that same thing happened, I would have gone into depression and anger and despair. And why? See, like something is happening, and I'm like so easy to like shake off any negative experiences and go back to my peaceful normal state, positive state. So you are like that too.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You chose it, right? And you can choose any possibility, right? You could be mad about it, and you could hang on to that anger, and you could blame other people. Why did these people blah, 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 blah. I can make a whole story up about it, or not, right? Or not. I can just look at the truth of it. My garage door opener died. I can buy a new one, or I don't have to buy a new one. I could just lift the door with my hand. Right? I have lots of possibilities. But if I hang on to the anger, if I hang on to something, they're doing it to me. Some alien broke my garage door. Whatever. Then I will be miserable if I choose to. But if, like you did, you do it for 30 minutes, then you go on. Okay, well, fine. That's fine too. Your choice.
Right. But it took a long time. It took decades of my life for me to be that way. So how, okay, tell us. Okay, you've been telling us anyway, but simpler, like one like easy couple of sentences, how you can help to teach those who are still like hold on to same emotions of anger, frustrations, self-pity, depressions, how you can transmute that.
well, the way I do it, like I've worked with you and everybody else I work with, is connect with you so that we're one here as me and you on earth and connected through our souls. And then I help you remove the energy that you're holding on to. It's creating this. Remove the fear, remove the energy of despair, remove the energy of shame, remove the energy of trauma, physical, emotional, spiritual, mental trauma. Remove that energy from us so that then we can more clearly make choices, right? So if I have shame, if I have a lot of shame in me because I've held on to it for a reason, then and we release all that shame, the next time something happens that would normally trigger my shame, I might be able to go, wait a minute, it doesn't feel the same anymore. I could make a choice, right? So maybe 10 years ago, you were holding on to a lot of energies that would have created a lot of anger. Then when your garage door broke, you got angry for 10 to 20 days or for a year, right? But because of that,
right?
that's right. Because that energy, we've removed a lot of that energy from you and you've removed a lot of that energy. Now when that happens, it only happens for a short moment. So for me, when I something triggers me, let's say, or causes me grief, I look and go, wow, is there anything that I'm storing for that needs to be released? And I check my energy and, okay, yes, there's something, and I let that go too. Or no, there's not, and I just need to experience this moment. Okay, I'm angry. Okay, I'm over it now. And then I move forward. But if you still have energy stuck in you that gets hooked in, then it starts fueling this constant, anger. So if I have anger in me stored, then I will be more likely to hold on to more anger because I can't seem to let it go. I don't know why, right? I'm stuck. If I feel shame all the time, then everything's going to make me feel ashamed, and I'm going to be feeling ashamed all the time. So you have to get with that individual and let go of this, let's just say fuel, let go of this energy that we've decided to hang on to, and then decide to let it go so that the next time something happens, I stay in that moment, I feel it fully for that moment, and then I move on. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does. So you work with people, you help people to release those negative blocked energies.
Yeah,
So,
belief systems, traumas, trapped emotions, personal energies, however they've chosen to create their experience, I help them remember that they can uncreate it and help them uncreate it.
so okay, let me, I want you to answer this then. I already know, but I want to say this again. So once you, for example, you help a person release those energy blocks, the past traumas or phobias. So anything that was triggering them to, preventing them to move forward. So once you help that person release those energy, so same type of energies or same type of experiences, that person doesn't recreate again.
Nope.
So,
But they can, but then now I'm more aware and they make a choice not to. But you could create it again if you felt like it, but there wouldn't be any reason to.
right, and so most likely once you help the person release the energy, he or she doesn't experience the similar things in their life anymore.
Well, right. They might experience similar things, but they only experience it at that moment and they don't hang on to it.
Or they don't hang on to it.
Because I help, like with you, I help you release it. So you're choosing to release it. So if you've chosen to release it, then there's really no possibility that you would choose to put it back.
Okay.
There wouldn't be any reason.
And I want to talk about this. So I think you mentioned that several months ago. So you could also, I mean, you always say you are not the one doing it. You are just helping that person to bring out their own power and heal themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, there are a lot of phobias. So my son has a phobia in height. So somebody has a phobia in water. tremendous phobia in a swimming pool or ocean, or some people have a tremendous fear of public speaking. So those people, I believe, most of the times, they have some negative experiences in their past lives or current past experiences. So, it, can you release or heal this type of phobia?
Sure.
So once, okay, for example, a lot of people, like most of the people, they have fear of public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I actually heard that the public speaking is even more scarier than death for a lot of people.
Could be if they've chosen that, yeah. If they've decided to be that, yeah.
So, but can you help a person of that fear of speaking in the public?
Sure.
How
Yeah,
do
no,
you do that?
same way. Find out where the fear is. What are they afraid of?
And
Because
once,
they're not afraid of public speaking, because when they're afraid, they're not actually public speaking. They're afraid before they public speak. So it's not the public speaking, it's the fear of public speaking.
fear of public speaking.
Right. So what we have to do then is go in and find out what that is. What's causing that fear of public speaking? All they've done is said it's the public speaking that's causing my fear, which is not true. What's causing the fear is something else. So we need to work our way down to that place and let go of that, and then the rest goes away. So are they really scared of being embarrassed, or are they really scared of somebody whatever, or are they really, what's the truth? The truth isn't that they're scared of public speaking, because when they're scared, they're not even public speaking yet. So it's something else, right? That's a story, right? If you can speak, then you can speak, period, right? I can speak public, or I can speak whatever. It's my idea, my story about it that creates the problem, right?
But a lot of people, they once they get in front of the audience or a microphone on the stage, they passed out, and their body started shaking, started sweating, face turned red, or the lumps in the throat. They can't speak. So how? Why?
I don't know why. I'd have to connect with them and find out. Every person will have a different reason. Every person will have a different story. Every single person's different. So they'll have a reason.
We all have reasons.
We all have a reason.
And you can help release that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And once you help that person release that energy of fear, whatever it is, that person can do that presentation with confidence?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to help me.
You said your son has a fear of heights, right?
Yes.
Did you see the guy that walked across the string from New York, and they made a movie about him? He walked across the tightrope from building to building.
No.
Way up there. But you've seen people walk on high wires and stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how can they do that?
Because I don't have a fear of height. So instead of my son, I had to climb up.
Why don't you have a fear of heights?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Because there's no story. There's no story in here telling you to be scared. There's no story. There's no energy feeding the story, right? So you remove the energy, and then there's no more fear.
Okay, then, and I have a fear. Can I say something? It's almost hour, so I have to let you go soon. But can I tell you my story?
Sure.
In this public video, but okay, you can help me probably then. I don't know why, but I have a fear. I don't have a fear of a closed up place. There is a name for it,
Claustrophobia.
Claustrophobia. I don't have that, but I have for some reason I have a phobia of being in a vehicle, small car with a man next to me. I feel always uneasy. I feel so nervous. I can't look at like a face. Why?
Just if there's a man sitting next to you, huh? Okay, well, let me connect you. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay, so that energy looks like a big rock right in the middle of your chest. Let's see what it is.
Especially strangers. That if I don't know the man,
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's strange. I'm not gonna be on a stranger's vehicle, but like a first date or somebody that is giving me a ride. I feel so uneasy and nervous and self-conscious.
Okay, so I'm just shifting most of the energy because right on top, and then it doesn't belong to you, so it's just stuff you collected.
Okay.
I'm just letting it go till we get below it. Okay, so below that is shame. Okay, so we feel the shame completely, and then we get below it. See what's below it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so this is heartbreak, so a lot of pain with it. Physical pain,
Physical pain.
right here and around the heart.
Mm.
And again, we have to feel it, right?
Yes. Because fear of intimacy or something, I think I have that.
Well, we'll see what it really is at the bottom. And now we're waiting for the next information to come up for us to feel what's next.
Okay.
Looks like some kind of belief system, and we're just waiting for the information.
Okay. Yeah, I will use the word anxiety. That's how I feel in that.
Yeah, because we're right there now, getting to the root of it. So
Okay.
just hang with it. Just you're doing great. Just do what you're doing.
Okay.
Okay, so whatever that belief system was, you thought it immediately, but it shifted immediately. I didn't get the words, but then we dropped in underneath it, And now a lot of energy that was trapped underneath is starting to move out.
Wow.
Okay, so it's just finishing now clearing. It's coming out of your chest, your back.
I got it. Yeah, fear of intimacy. That's what I have. That's the core issue. See, in the live session, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, can you feel the energy shifting now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have fear of intimacies with opposites, like sex.
Yeah. You're just really now you're clearing a lot of stuff. You're doing great. Let's hang with it for a minute.
This is amazing. This is amazing. See, your higher self and my higher self work together, and they know what needs to be addressed.
That's exactly right.
I wasn't even planned to do this.
No, it just happens what's supposed to happen, right?
Oh my god. Right.
Okay, so it's almost all done shifting now. So now we're back right now to this moment. We'll let go of all the old stuff.
Okay.
More stuff. Take a few deep breaths. Well, that was pretty big. I'm a little bit dizzy even because so much energy shifted, just shifted.
Yes.
Great work. See, so if you're ready to let it go, if you're willing to let it go, then it's as simple as letting it go. But sometimes you need help, and that's what people like me do. Let me help you.
That is amazing. I feel amazing. I feel actually a lot better. I've been feeling good, but I feel better now.
Sure.
Serious. I'm serious. Something is like I feel lighter.
A lot lighter and way more open too. Now you can see more possibilities, right?
Yes.
Now maybe you might be willing to take a chance on love again because it's not so scary the other way again.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I also have fear if a man that I don't know much get close to me. I have fear. Yes.
That might be a problem if you want to kiss the person.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Wow. I feel like I just woke up from that nightmare.
Okay, so see, you're now talk about ascension. Did you really ascend, or did you just remember more truth? Remember who you really are, right?
Right. So yeah, I have to let you go, but so that the light, the galactic light, is going to wake people up. So it's not that's not
Only if they want to wake up.
by that light.
Right. So if I connect with you and you don't want to move it, you won't.
Oh, okay, okay. If
Your
when,
choice.
okay, then when this event really happens, the light is coming. So those even this is powerful, strong light or waves of light. It doesn't.
It's not coming. It's always here.
It's already here.
It's always here.
That's not what a lot of people are saying.
That's because they think something's outside of themselves. They think they're not looking at it from God. They're looking at it as a person, and you're not a person. So it's already, everything's already created. We keep creating all the time.
So that the ascension,
once we create it, it's already here. It's everywhere.
So ascension waves of light is already here.
Already here.
And it's up to you, up to us, whether you're gonna tap into it or not.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Do I put furniture in my house, or do I not put furniture in my house?
The furnitures are there.
Some people don't even have houses. Some people still living in the jungle don't even know what a house is. But that doesn't mean there isn't houses, right? And there's many things that me and you don't know what they are, right? Many things that we've never seen, but that doesn't mean they don't exist.
But what about the poverty, like places, countries, and people who are suffering of poverty, like a scarcity, not being able to even feed themselves? Is that their choice?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I'm 100%.
So what if a child is born under the circumstances, such as like somewhere in Africa where there is no food, in India there is no food? That child being born in that condition is his or her choice?
Yes, and what makes you think they don't have any food? They chose that. It's your belief that they don't have any food. It's your belief that they don't have something. That's only your belief. That's not the truth. They have exactly what they have.
But what about the children who are starving to death?
That's an experience that they chose.
The soul's choices?
Yes, they most definitely chose it, just like you chose yours.
So they wanted to experience the life of being starved to die?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you want to choose that?
No.
Because if you want to, just go to Africa and do it, right? You could do it here. You could starve yourself to death here if you want. You choose it.
So, okay, lastly then, why would a soul choose that? Why?
Because there's got to be balance. So in order to feel great joy, I have to feel great pain. We've all done it, right?
Okay.
So we could do it any way I want. If I want to come to Earth and I want to experience great pain in a short period of time, I could be born, and then I could go through a short period of pain and starve to death, and then I get what I want, and then I go back to the ethers and I go do something else.
So after you choose the life and being hungry and not being able to eat and die, right?
Whatever you choose, whatever you want to call it, yeah.
So after that, you became an energy. You became a soul, just a pure consciousness.
No, you didn't become anything. You're already that. You just went back to a different form.
So do you think, looking back to your previous life, do you think you feel, wow, that was amazing? That was great?
No doubt about it.
Really?
Yes, no doubt about it.
So, okay, even the person who chose a miserable life and being depressed all of their lives and committed suicide. So after they shed their body and become a spirit, they felt that was a great life?
Yes, exactly, because that's what they chose. Because they know the truth again, right? They remember now, oh, wait a minute, it was just a moment in time. It was just the experience I needed. It doesn't mean anything. I don't need to judge it. We only judge it here. Let's use the couch again. Do you have the same couch, the first couch you ever bought?
No.
Why not?
I mean, that's my choice.
It's your choice.
Change.
That's exactly right, because we change. And we change as souls, right? We change our minds. First I wanted a 2-story house, then I want a 1-story house. First I wanted a whatever kind of dog, but my next dog is going to be a Rottweiler. So it's your choice. So if I want to starve to death, I can starve to death. If I want to die from cancer, I can die from cancer. If I just want to go to sleep and die, I can do that too. It's my choice.
So having a cancer, terminal illnesses, they are their choices too.
That's exactly right. Remember, they're God, so they're choosing everything. But if they choose to be asleep, then they can sure choose to blame somebody else. Oh, I got cancer, and it's because of this. It's because I smoked too much. That's all just bullshit. That's all just a story. Their choice, right?
So it's basically you are saying that all is good, all is well.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because we chose it. There's no right or wrong choice. It's just a choice. I chose this couch instead of this couch. That doesn't make the other couch wrong or this one right. It's just my choice. It's only you who label it right or wrong.
So no judgment whatsoever. Any type of lifestyles, any type of path, experiences.
Yeah. It's all a choice. So there's no reason to judge it. We still do because we can choose to judge it, but we don't have to. Like we can choose to not like Tom Brady or the Patriots, or we can choose to like him. It's just a choice, but it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's just our preference, right? I happen to like being in California. You happen to like being in Georgia. But I don't have a problem with Georgia. I just would rather be in California. But if I want to go to Georgia, I can. Right? And if you want to come to California, you can. Or not. Or if I don't want to, I don't. My choice.
But if a person wants to move to California, but the houses are too expensive, apartments are too expensive.
Then you need to find a way to make more money. Or not.
So, so a lot of people say, probably will say, for so easy for you to say.
Well, it is easy for me to say, but that everything has a balance, right? So if I want a more expensive house, I need to make more money. If I want to make more money, I need a better education. If I want a better education, I need to go back to school. If I want to go back to school, it's going to cost money, right? So I can choose anything I want, but I can't blame anybody else. If I chose this, if I chose to be poor, then I chose it, right? If I chose to take all the handouts that the government gives me, and that keeps me poor because I don't go look for a job because I don't have to, then that's my choice too. But if I choose to go look for a job and make more money and get an education, I can do that too. But it's always my choice. Nobody's forcing me to do anything or not do anything.
Anybody, any human beings, they can have, they can create, they can do, they can experience whatever they want, their heart desires. That's what you are saying?
Not only can they, but what I'm saying is they are. Right? Remember, we chose everything. So whatever's happening for you right this minute, you chose it. You chose it and nobody else. Nobody forced you to do it. You chose it. Period. You are God, period, and everything else is chosen.
So then there will be no like pity or no compassion, no like feeling sorry to any other human beings.
No, you can feel sorry for them if you want. But you don't need to. They chose it. But if you want to feel sorry for them, go ahead.
And if you want to help, go ahead.
That's right. Does it change anything for you to feel sorry for them? It changes nothing, right? So constantly be working on yourself and shine a brighter light of possibilities, right? And then say to them, hey, maybe look at this possibility, but don't judge them and don't require them to do anything. Say, here's some other possibilities if you'd like them, and then leave it alone. If they choose another possibility, great. If they don't, that's great too.
If you want to help, if you want to do something, just do it.
Yeah, but remember, helping is only helping in your mind. It may not be helping to them. Okay, because they have a different choice. I'll tell you a story real quick. We got a few minutes because I had a friend that was trying to help, and we go to this restaurant on Fridays and eat Chinese food, and behind the restaurant there's some homeless people. They're drug addicts. Okay, so he wanted to help. So he called the local authorities and said, "There's homeless people over there. Can you go help them?" Because he didn't want to see the homeless people there. So they came to the homeless people and said, "Look, we'll take you to these places and we'll give you shelter, we'll give you food, and everything will be wonderful, right?" Well, Only thing is that part of that deal is that no more drugs, right? So they put you on these medications so you don't take drugs, and they essentially kind of lock you up because they think they're helping, right? So the people go, okay, well, I could use a place to sleep tonight and some food, and so they get them there. But then they make them do all this other stuff. And then this one lady, she said, no, I don't want you to give me medication for the drugs. I like being a drug addict. I'm okay with it, right? I don't want to do this. And they said, well, no, if you sign up for the house or the room and board and the food, then you got to do this. And she said, no. And they got a big thing, and they restrained her, and they held her down, and they drugged her, right? Well, when she finally woke up, she told them, okay, no problem, I'll do it. But the minute that they turned her back, she ran, right? Because she didn't want to do that. So she went back to where she was, and she killed herself. Because she didn't want to, she wanted to do what she wanted to do because it was her choice, and she wanted to be a drug addict, and they kept coming after her to get her to go back, and she didn't want to, so she killed herself. Her choice. Okay? So again, my friend thought he was trying to help, right? The people at the drug rehab place think they're trying to help, but you can't help somebody that doesn't need help, because they only need help if they ask for it, right? You said I have a problem with men in a car, and I have a problem with the men up here, help me. So then I can help you. But if you don't say help me, then there's no help that's needed, right? Because you choose it. Does that make sense?
Yes, exactly.
So don't judge somebody that's starving. Don't judge somebody that's a drug addict. Judge only yourself. If I'm judging them, then I need to look at myself. If I can't accept their choices, then I need to look at my own choices and see what's going on for me, right? That does not mean that I can't walk over and hand them $100 and walk away. But if they spend it all on drugs, that's up to them, right? Don't judge it, right? Don't say, I'll give you $100, but only if you buy clothes with it, because if you do that, then that's a judgment that something's wrong with them, and that never goes right? Nobody ever takes being judged very well. So no matter if you're starving or a drug addict, if somebody judges you, it's not going to go well. So you can give, but unconditionally, right? And that's what light is. That's what love is. I give it unconditionally. And if you want to starve, if you want to commit suicide, if you want to have a problem with men in your car, perfectly fine. But if you don't, I'm willing to then help you to make that change too if you want, with no judgment.
You're absolutely right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that lady chose to end her life so she wouldn't have to go through rehab. Her choice, right? It's not good or bad. It's just a choice. The only thing that makes it good or bad is if we label it, right? So I again told my friend, look at yourself. Don't judge yourself as causing this because it was her choice. Judge yourself as, why did you judge her? Why did you believe that your belief system is better than hers? Not true.
Exactly.
Just a story. Everybody's got, right, his story or her story, right? It's history. It's past. If we judge this moment off the past, we're never going to be correct. We're always going to be looking at it from the wrong perspective.
That is exactly right. That's beautiful. Thank you, Dan. So, okay, lastly, are you still helping a lot of people? Very busy, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty busy.
So
there's always room for more when they're ready.
All right. So because everything is nothing is coincidence. Everything, synchronistically. If any of you who happen to watch our conversation, listen to our conversation, and if you like to connect with Dan, so please say your contact information again.
You can go to the website that me and a couple other people have. It's called energy.me, INNERGY.me. Contact us through that, or my email, D, my last name, MARC, like in cat, HINI, @att.net. And that's all on the website too.
Yeah, I'm gonna post a link. I'm gonna put the link on this description box. So Dan is really wonderful. Very, very. He's been helping me for months now, and I really feel I've been feeling great. And he has helped me release a lot of baggages, emotional baggages, lower energies. So I highly recommend that if you need a little push, you need a little help, please contact Dan. Check
Yep.
his website. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording here now, and I thank you guys, and bye bye now. And okay, let's see.